All right, let's go.
All right, you ready?
So this is my friend. He's
Yo,
gonna do
what's
the
poppin'?
pre-trip.
All right. So the first thing I'm gonna check is my clearance lights. My clearance
Yeah.
lights on top over
Yeah.
there is clean and functional. It is not damaged or missing, and the color is
Amber.
amber. My windshield. So my windshield is
Not cracked.
I like to say clean. It is free from any damage, no obstructions, with no illegal stickers. Coming down to my wipers. So my windshield wipers, arms and blades are operating smoothly, and they are secure. They are secure. Secure and operating smoothly. Now we're going to come down to our headlights and turn signals. My headlights and turn signals. No, you don't say forward flashes. You don't say forward flashes. Headlights and turn signals. Headlights and turn signals. So my headlights and turn signals are both clean and functional, not broken or missing. They have the proper color. This is clear, and my headlights are clear, and my turn signals are amber. I'm going to check on the ground for puddles. I'm going to check on the ground for puddles or dripping fluid on the underside of my engine or transmission. After this, you'll video, the way I do it. Okay. Let's just actually take care of that now. Video this. Don't pay attention to this. Just this. Get a nice close up.
You got a YouTube channel. I'm put it up there for you.
All right, awesome.
I don't got no followers.
Okay, look at this whole thing. Don't worry. Get the whole sheet. Get the whole paper. Back up a little. Yeah. And then get this. And then get this. This is good. Believe me. I had the instructors go through this already. They went through this already. And then go through this. It's a little bit messy, but nonetheless. And then this. And then this and one more. And one more. That's it.
These are all the pre-trip, right?
This is the pre-trip inspection. Yeah. Okay. Like we said, no puddles or dripping fluid on the other side of the engine or transmission. Now when it come, he's here. So let's start with this side.
We go on that.
I usually start with that side, but we'll start with this side.
Yeah, I know there's the coolant jar over there.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll pretend like we're really only starting from here because we are, right? All right, now I'm going to once again check for puddles on the ground or dripping fluid on the underside of my engine or transmission. I'm going to make sure that all my hoses are in good condition and not leaking. This is my oil, my engine oil dipstick. Indicate where the dipstick is, and going to only check it when the engine is off. Only going to check that has adequate amount of oil above the refill mark. This is my power steering fluid. My power steering fluid is, I'm going to check the sight glass, make sure it has adequate amount of level of power steering fluid in it above the refill mark. If it didn't have a sight glass, I would remove the cap, which the dipstick is under here, and I would check it that way. My power steering box is operating properly, not damaged, not leaking, mounted securely. My hoses to and from. Wrong?
This is a gearbox.
Oh, you're right. Correct. This is my power steering box. My power steering box is operating properly, not damaged, not leaking. No loose or missing bolts.
It's not power steering box. It's steering gearbox.
Oh, right. My power steering. I call my power steering box.
Yeah,
so my steering box.
Right,
my steering box. So again, it is mounted securely, not damaged, not leaking, no missing nuts or bolts, and the hoses leading to and from, and my hoses leading to and from my steering box is not damaged, not leaking. Next we got is our power steering pump. Our power steering pump is this the power steering pump?
No, I think that's no.
As long as you point to wherever it is, and I'm not going to pretend that.
Well, I don't know where it is. You don't have to really.
Right, but the power steering pump is gear driven, operating properly, not damaged, not leaking, mounted securely. This here is my alternator. My alternator is belt driven, operating properly, not damaged, not leaking, mounted securely. My belt has no cuts. My belt has no cracks, frays, loose fibers, or signs of wear. Right? All right.
And how much play should be in the bed?
And I got no more than 3/4 inches of play at the center of the belt. All right. These colorful hoses lead to my
Air compressor.
My air compressor is gear driven, operating properly, not damaged, not leaking, mounted securely. All right. Okay. Now we're gonna check our stair linkage, which consists of my arm link and the back. You got my rod. So my arm, link, and rod are not worn or cracked, and my joints and sockets, which is where they connect, are not worn or loose, and they're not missing any nuts, bolts, or cotter keys. What's going on, my man? Okay, all right. That consists of everything on this side of the engine.
Nope.
No? One second. Not on this
You
side.
got your lead spring, you got your
No,
lead
I'm not
spring
doing that. I'm first just remember because we didn't do the other side of the engine. I wanted to do that first.
I thought you was just gonna complete
First,
everything.
remember because we were going to start on that side, but it was over there. So let's go to the other side. Cool. Yeah, sure. All right. This side again, I'm going to check for puddles on the ground or dripping fluid under the engine or transmission. I'm going to check again that all my hoses are in good condition, not leaking. Okay? This is my coolant. So this is the sight glass, and I'm going to check it to make sure I have adequate amount of level of coolant above the refill mark. Safe operating range?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. If there was no sight glass, I'll remove the cap and check it when the engine is not hot. Okay. My coolant through this hose leads to my water pump. My water pump is gear driven, operating properly, not damaged, not leaking, mounted securely. Okay. Now we're gonna go to our suspension. Okay. My leaf springs are not missing, shifted, cracked, or broken. My U-bolts are not broken, loose, or missing, and it is securely bolted to the axle itself. Make sense? Anybody have any?
Something else to talk about.
Right, I'm just talking about that.
Yeah, you still have something else to talk about on that too.
No loose or missing bolts.
Thank you.
Alrighty, so you know your stuff.
I don't know, I'm learning.
Okay, now our bushings. My bushings, which are over there, correct? Are not damaged, they're missing. Bushings are not damaged or missing. My shock absorber is not leaking and it is secure. Alrighty, last but not least for my suspension is my spring hangers. My spring hangers are securely bolted to the tractor frame with no loose.
Not cracked, not broken.
Not cracked, broken. With no loose.
And
with no loose or missing bolts. With no loose or missing bolts. Okay? So one more time for my spring hangers. My spring hangers are not cracked, broken, damaged. It is secure to the frame with no loose or missing bolts. Now we go to the brakes. Okay? This is my brake chamber. My brake chamber is not. What?
He's going to brake chamber now.
Bushings.
The bushings over here. Bushings.
Yeah.
You don't have to talk about the lead
no.
spring bushing.
No.
I never see nothing about the lead
Nothing
spring
about that.
bushing.
Spring hangers,
No.
leaf spring
No.
hanger, leaf spring, U-bolts, bushings, shock absorber. Now we go to the brakes. We're good?
Okay.
Yeah, that's the way they do it. This is my brake chamber. My brake chamber is not cracked, dented, leaking, mounted securely, and it is secure with clamps not loose or missing. My slack adjusters, and push rods.
No, you're wrong.
No, here, right over here. You're right.
Thank you.
There you go. My slack adjusters and my push rods are not broke, loose. One second. My slack adjusters and push rods are not broke, loose, or missing any parts, and they cannot move more than 1 inch with the brakes released when pulled by hand. Next is I got my hoses, lines, and couplings. My hoses, lines, and couplings are not worn, not cracked, not leaking, and they are in good condition. My brake drum and brake lining. So where's my brake drum? This is my brake drum?
You could find on it from the next side if it's
Like there?
no, that's not the drum. That's this is the brake drum. This piece. See this piece? That's the brake drum. This one.
Okay.
This one.
Yeah, so my brake drum. My brake drum is not cracked, not dented, it's got no holes, no loose or missing bolts, and no contaminants such as debris, oil, or grease. Okay, now my brake lining, which is over there, my brake lining, behind it?
It's behind the guard.
Behind the guard.
Yeah.
My brake lining is not worn dangerously thin, and a visible amount of brake lining shown.
Show it, yes.
Okay, that consists now of our brakes. So we did our suspension brakes, now we're going to do our tires. This is our steering axle tire. So I'm going to make sure that it has a minimum of 4 32 of an inch of tread depth. My tread is evenly worn, with no cuts or damages to the tread or to the sidewalls. This is my rim. My rim is not bent, damaged. It's got no
wire repair.
It's got no welding
repair.
It's got no welding repairs, and it has no rust trails that would indicate it is loose.
Yeah.
These are my bolt holes. These let's talk about our lug nuts and bolt holes. So my lug nuts are all present. They have no signs of looseness such as rust trails or shiny threads. They are not cracked or distorted. My bolt holes are also not cracked or distorted. This is my valve cap and stem. My valve cap and stem is not missing. It is not broken. It is not damaged. I would have this inflated. I would check that it is inflated to 90 to 100 psi, which I would check with a tire gauge.
Air gauge,
tire gauge.
Okay. Pressure gauge.
Pressure gauge.
Pressure gauge.
Yeah, pressure
Air gauge or tire gauge. They work.
Air gauge. Compressor, that's the...
Okay. Air gauge?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hub oil seal. My hub oil seal is not leaking and has adequate level of oil. If it was a Cyclass, I would check that has an adequate amount of oil in it and it is not leaking. And that is everything for the tire. All right. Now we're going to come to our door. Door opens and closes properly from the outside. My seal is intact. My hinges are secure.
No, you have to say the seal is not cracked or broken.
No, it's intact.
Seal's intact.
Yeah,
hinges
that's what I say on the books.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah,
Seal's
I was
intact.
putting it on my car just right
Hinges
now.
are secure. I'm making sense?
Oh yeah.
Okay. This is my cab entry steps. My cab entry steps is solid, clear of any objects, and securely bolted to the tractor frame. My fuel tank is secure. My cap is on tight, and I got no leaks from the tank or the lines.
Yes, that's correct.
My exhaust.
So,
My exhaust system is not damaged. My exhaust system is not. No, let me start over. My exhaust system is tightly connected, mounted securely, no damages such as cracks, holes. They have no severe dents and no signs of leaks such as rust or carbon soot. Okay?
yes.
That's that. This is my frame. My frame is not cracked. It's got no holes. It's got no broken welds. And it has no other damages to the frame member or to the side member. Or the cross members. To the frame members or to the cross members. My couplings, my drive shaft, which would be right here. But this one doesn't have one. Right? My drive shaft is not bent, not damaged. And my couplings are secure, free from
Any foreign object.
free from foreign objects. This is my splash guard and my mud flaps. Splash guard and mud
I
flaps
like how you do it.
are mounted securely and they are not damaged.
All right, so you gotta
How about with the
you gotta talk about your catwalk,
Right.
your hairline.
The way I like to do it personally, right? I like to first just You'll see in this, like I don't like to go to the lines. I like to finish this actual structure and then I deal with anything else. But yeah, you're right. Okay.
Mounting
All right.
coupling.
Let's just do this. my catwalk is, if there's any steps, you'll say the same thing. My catwalk entry steps are free from any objects. It is solid and securely bolted to the tractor frame. My catwalk is also free from any objects, securely bolted to the tractor frame, and it is solid. Okay? Right here. Now, our fit. You want to do hoses? Okay, so
Do it your way. Do it your way.
All right, my air and electrical lines. I'm going to listen for leaks. Make sure they are not cut, chafed, spliced, or worn. Steel braid should not be shown through. It is not tangled. It is not pinched, and it is not dragging against tractor parts. My glad hands. My glad hands are locked in place and free from any leaks or damages. My air connectors, my electrical plug. My electrical plugs are firmly seated and locked in place. My air connectors are sealed and in good condition. Right? My air connectors are.
But on the paper, they no, you know what you do it. I don't know.
1 second.
Because I think they said the wire should be like no what they call
No
it?
tangle.
No, like it should not be broken, cracked, or no shiny metal coming out of it.
Yeah, I said that.
Like
What of the air of the?
No, the electrical cable.
No. My air connectors are sealed and in good condition, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we have our 1 second. That is it for that. Correct?
Okay.
That's it for that. Now we got our fifth wheel coupling system. Okay? Our fifth wheel coupling system is so it consists of my apron. So my apron is not bent, broken, or cracked. It is lying flat on my fifth wheel skid plate with no gap. Lying flat on my fifth wheel skid plate with no gap. Then I got my kingpin, right? 1 second.
Platform.
No, that I
You
do
still
that.
need to say something about the
My
It's
kingpin.
properly lubricated.
My
Thank you.
kingpin. 1 second. My kingpin is not bent or damaged. My fifth wheel skid plate is properly lubricated, mounted securely, bolts and pins secure, not missing. My locking jaws. My locking jaws are fully closed around the kingpin and and it holds the kingpin in place. My release arm, which is on the other side, is in the engaged position with the safety latch in place. Right? Now my platform. So here's where like the one or two things that I'm also making sure that I actually got right myself. So anybody know the platform?
Yeah, my platform.
My platform has no cracks. No, yeah, my fifth wheel platform. It has no cracks. Anybody remember the rest of it?
It's not cracked, not broken,
Yeah.
and are securely mounted. No missing bolt, nut, or corner key.
No. It's not that. Hold this for a second, please.
Don't guess. Get confused when you guess.
Right. No, we don't want to guess. What is it? Oh, no, I don't have it here. Oh, I gotta go. I'm out for driving.
Oh, they
We'll
call me
continue,
too.
alright?
All right.